Married at First Sight season 18's Madison Myers may not have been alone in her villainy, but her reaction to her actions makes her one of the worst. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching for more details. I'm convinced that Married at First Sight season 18's Madison Myers is the most villainous cast member of the season, and potentially in the show's recent history after showing off her lack of empathy. Throughout Married at First Sight season 18, viewers have had the chance to watch as Madison moved through her marriage with Alan Slovic, knowing that something was deeply wrong about their connection. While Madison and Alan seemed to have some chemistry, the work in the relationship was coming from Alan, while Madison was struggling to keep her interest in Alan afloat throughout their tough MAS experience. Madison, who joined Married at First Sight season 18's cast in hopes she'd find someone she connected with, shared that she was open to anything when it came to her marriage on the show. While she felt like she was ready for any circumstances, Madison wound up struggling quickly when she walked down the aisle to meet Alan. Though their personalities connected in a way, Madison couldn't move past the fact that Alan wasn't her physical type, and it hindered their relationship. Instead of addressing this head-on, Madison found herself in an emotional affair with another MAFS participant, David Trimble. Madison stepped out on her marriage to Alan without speaking to him. Although Madison's relationship with Alan wasn't something she ever thought would work out, it was clear that she was willing to put in enough of an effort to stay on the show for the duration of the season. Madison and Alan consistently went through the steps the show laid out for them, trying to ensure that they were working as smoothly as possible. But with Madison putting minimal effort in while Alan pushed for their relationship to work, it was tough to watch. When Madison's relationship with David came to light, it became clear that she'd stuck around for him. Madison and David's connection, which was allegedly something that never got physical until they were out of their marriages, was formed through a series of chats and meetings that their spouses weren't aware of. Though the pair were bonding, they were both still in their marriages at the time. Even so, when it was time for the pair to finally reveal their affair to their spouses, Madison was nowhere in sight. During the MAFS couples retreat, David had to face Alan alone with the facts of his relationship with Madison while she hid away, ignoring that she was hurting someone. Madison's affair with David isn't something she sees as wrong or hurtful. As Madison has opened up on Married at First Sight season 18 about her affair with David and the way their relationship has formed, it's been clear that Madison doesn't see herself as a villain at all. Rather than acknowledging that her actions could be hurtful or wrong, she's chosen to see them as something she's pursuing in the same way she pursued being on the show. Madison's refusal to acknowledge that she could have caused pain to other participants on the show is fascinating, but definitely makes her more of a villain than she thinks she is on screen. Madison doesn't think her behavior needs to be explained or apologized for. Although David and Madison's affair was clearly something happening outside of their marriages, neither of them has been able to take genuine accountability for the way they've behaved. Madison, in particular, doesn't think her behavior is something that needs to be explained, apologized for, or questioned about despite it going on behind the backs of others. As Madison was living her life on reality TV, it's clear that something as major as an affair would be questioned, but Madison hasn't been open to answering a lot of the burning questions about her relationship with David. Instead, Madison has opted to either let David speak for her in some situations or completely ignore the questions in others. While the pair were in the midst of an experiment on a reality TV show, David and Madison were putting real emotions into their marriages, as were their spouses. The fact that Madison felt comfortable simply ignoring the fact that she was going to be called out for her behavior was difficult to watch, especially knowing that she's chosen to rationalize her behavior to make herself feel better. The MAFS star didn't feel she needed to take any accountability. Madison's lack of empathy and self-awareness makes her the show's worst recent villain. Watching Madison's lack of empathy and self-awareness has been a struggle and has made me feel that she's one of the most villainous cast members that the show's featured in ages. Madison has been open about how self-serving she is without having to explain it in words, and it's been clear to me that